So you want to hit more shots, but how do you do that? Well, most players would just tell you to put the cursor on the Lego, and yeah, there's truth to that. But in reality, most of the top players utilize techniques that allow them to pretty much cheese their way into hitting all their shots. Before I show two of the most crucial techniques to become elite, I would like to thank our sponsor for this video, Astraeus Concord. This clan is everything a man or woman wants. We got activity. I mean, there's an event going on right now as I write this script.
Nice.
We also got some next generation technology being cooked up. Haven't seen this much movement since Doc's crate jumping. While they are a new clan and I've only been to a couple events with them so far, I can confidently say that they are the special forces. Emphasis on special. For example, take a look at one of their high command members trying to lead.
Double.
Nice.
Oh, what's one?
No, come here. Shit. Come back. Fuck. Good night.
They also do frequent giveaways. I got a month of Nitro just for having most captures in a Doc's Fair Zone scrim. So if you want to join this clan, check the links in the description below. For the first technique, it's going to be called off-target aiming. As the name implies, your cursor will not be on the Lego, but you can still hit the enemy. It's basically a form of hitbox expanding. Why this works is because when your cursor is aiming at something like a wall behind the enemy, the path of the bullet is blocked by the enemy. So one way I like to visualize where I can off-target aim is by pretending your avatar is the sun, and the shadows created by the enemy are spots where you can put your cursor and still hit your shots. Now, while you can try to imagine the trajectory of light mid-battle, I usually just off-target aim casually by tilting my camera downwards and placing my cursor above them, so that when the enemy jumps, they literally jump into your cursor. I highly recommend doing this because our reaction time is way too long for us to track a jump perfectly without using off-target aiming, as shown here, where I missed shots on a literal bot. Overall, super broken. So broken that when literal elites don't have a good angle to off-target aim, they miss all their shots because they actually have to put the cursor on the enemy. Before I move on to the second technique, I want to tell you guys a few important things about OTA. So it shouldn't be constantly relied upon because you are in fact just cheesing your way into hitting all your shots, and when the time comes where the enemy can't be off-target aimed, such as having cover right behind them, you will just miss all over the place. It's also very inconsistent because it depends on the environment around the enemy. Some people literally memorize angles at specific positions to work around this flaw, so if you want to do that, go for it, I guess. Lastly, know that your enemies will try and off-target aim you. This can be countered by putting yourself near the environment so that you don't show your own angle shadow. Onto the second technique, we got movement mimicking. Unlike off-target aiming, this is a pretty universal technique in all shooters where you just follow the enemy's dodge patterns in order to hit your shots. So instead of aiming with the mouse, you do it with the keyboard. Notice that in all the clips I've shown you, the movement mimic is me jumping at the same time as the enemy. This pretty much allows me to hit every shot and hit a satisfying clip because it looks like I locked onto their torso. However, you can only do this if you know that the enemy will jump again. Obviously, you can just follow the enemy left or right to movement mimic horizontally. People with low DPI tend to do this because their weak little arms can't move the mouse across their desk. Now, the key reason this technique is so stupidly broken is because you don't have to fix the offset created by your own unique movement. For example, I want my cursor on the edge of cover right there. If I were to move around, there would be an offset created by my movement, and I need to counter it by moving my mouse the opposite direction. However, Movement Mimic makes it so that you don't need to correct for any movement offset. And of course, your enemies will try to movement mimic you all the time, but that can be a good thing. So this was a good example. I got this clip today at training. This guy is pushing me out, and here, look, as I dodge and jump, he's going to jump right after. And of course, he's already starting to dodge because he's trying to move and mimic me. I'm ready for that, so I had a really easy time tracking the enemy's jump, and overall just gave me a super easy pick. So I hope you guys learned more about the arts of Roblox combat. I already know you guys are going to do these techniques because there's something that's just instinctively done, but I'm giving y'all the information to take them to the next level. If you guys do practice these techniques and notice that my stuff is actually true, which they are, make sure you like and subscribe.